Welcome back. In this lesson, we're going to talk about question words. Now, what are question words? These are useful for asking a question with more detail. For example, these would be words like who, what, where, when, why, and how. Take this sentence. 제 사탕을 먹었어요? Did you eat my candy? Well, using a question word, we could also say, who ate my candy? What did you eat? Where did you eat my candy? When did you eat my candy? Why did you eat my candy? Or how did you eat my candy? So we're going to be learning these words one at a time, and the first one that we're going to cover is how to say who. And the word for who is 누구, and it's a noun. For example, you could say 어제 누구를 만났어요? Who did you meet yesterday? Or 누구를 좋아해요? Who do you like? However, anytime you're going to be using who, 누구, as the subject of a verb, meaning that you would normally use the subject marker, it will instead become 누가 and not 누구가. This is similar to how 저 and 가 becomes 제가. So basically, anytime you have 누구, who, and 가, the subject marker, it will become 누가, 누가. Here are two examples. 어제 누가 요리했어요? Who cooked yesterday? 누가 한국어를 가르쳐요? Who teaches Korean? Next, we have the word for what, which is 무엇, 무엇. Now, in speech, this is most often shortened to just 무엇. What is used more in formal writing. So you could have this sentence. 이게 뭐예요? What is this? However, when 뭐 is used with the object marker, it'll become 뭘, or just 뭐, not 뭐를. For example, 뭘 공부하고 싶어요? What do you want to study? 뭐 먹고 싶어요? What do you want to eat? When used together with the action verb 하다, to do, it'll become 뭐 하다. For example, 이제 뭐 할 거예요? What will you do now? Next, let's talk about the word for where. And the word for where is 어디, and 어디 is a noun. For example, 어디에 갈 거예요? Where will you go? Or, 제 책은 어디에 있어요? Where is my book? 어디가 좋아요? Where is good? And when 어디 is used together with the particle 에 to show a location, the particle 에 is actually optional. So you could just say, 어디 갈 거예요? Where will you go? Or, 제 책은 어디 있어요? Where is my book? The next word is when, and when is 언제. 언제 is also a noun, so you could say, 우리는 언제 만날 수 있어요? When can we meet? Or, 그 영화를 언제 봤어요? When did you see that movie? 언제가 좋아요? When is good? 가게에 언제 가고 싶어요? When do you want to go to the store? 언제 결혼할 거예요? When will you get married? Next, we have the word for why, and why in Korean is 왜. 왜 is an adverb. For example, 이걸 왜 먹었어요? Why did you eat this? Or, 그걸 왜 했어요? Why did you do that? 저걸 왜 보고 싶어요? Why do you want to see that? 한국에 왜 가고 싶으세요? Why do you want to go to Korea? 한국어를 왜 공부하세요? Why do you study Korean? And finally, we have the word for how, which is 어떻게. Now, 어떻게 is an adverb. So you could say, 이건 어떻게 할 수 있어요? How can I do this? Or, 그건 어떻게 달라요? How is that different? 저건 어떻게 만들었어요? How did you make that? 서울역에 어떻게 가요? How do I go to Seoul Station? Alright, so let's do a conversation practice between two people, Yeser and Yunso. Here, Yunso is showing off her brand new cell phone. So first, Yeser says, 그게 뭐예요? What is that? 이건 제 핸드폰이에요. This is my mobile phone or cell phone. 와, 예뻐요. Wow, it's pretty. 비쌌어요? Was it expensive? 아니요. No. 좀 쌌어요. It was a little cheap. 누가 샀어요? Who bought it? 제가 샀어요. I bought it. 언제 샀어요? When did you buy it? 오늘 샀어요. I bought it today.
그게 뭐예요? 이건 제 핸드폰이에요. 와, 예뻐요. 비쌌어요? 아니요, 좀 쌌어요. 누가 샀어요? 제가 샀어요. 언제 샀어요? 오늘 샀어요.
Before we go, let's talk a bit about adding emphasis to a sentence that has a question word. Typically, a question word will be used directly before a verb. So you can have this sentence, 피자를 언제 먹었어요? When did you eat the pizza? But you could move that word 언제 or any question word to the beginning of the sentence and thereby add more emphasis to it. So you could say 언제 피자를 먹었어요? When did you eat the pizza? Both of these are fine, but again, when you put the question word at the beginning of the sentence, it adds a bit more emphasis to it. Also note that typically the topic marker is not used with question word nouns. So instead, use the subject marker. For example, if you wanted to ask what is expensive, say 뭐가 비싸요? Not 뭐는. This applies to all of the nouns who, what, where, and when. And although we can now ask basic questions, we'll still need to learn more grammar and vocab before we'll be able to answer any of those questions ourselves. And we'll learn more of these in later lessons. So in this lesson, we covered all of the essential question words as well as how to use them and where to use them in a sentence. So make sure to practice these concepts and I'll see you guys again in the next lesson. 그럼 다음에 또 봐!